Quant Network QNT to $87,000 per QNT, according to my next guest, Zach. Zach, welcome to this show. It is a pleasure to have you today. And I want to ask you all about QNT, your history with QNT, why you bought QNT, and why are you so bullish on QNT? So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience, and we'll go from there.
What's up? I'm Zach, also known as Zaven the Rapper. I got introduced to crypto during prime COVID season. I bought Dogecoin, having no idea what crypto was. I bought it at half a cent, wrote it up. I was like, getting hyped. I was like, oh, crypto's sick. I cashed out profits way too early, but profit is profit.
Yeah.
And then I discovered SafeMoon when it was 2 days old. I was like the 10,000 holder, rolled those up to mega profits, but cashed it on the way back down. And then I discovered Quant, and then I've been an absolute Quant maxi ever since, and I love it.
What made you fall in love with Quant? Because you started off with meme coins, and then you basically found a good cryptocurrency. So what basically taught you about Quant, and how did you learn about Quant?
Someone showed it to me and I checked it out. And once I saw the team, I saw Gilbert Verdian and his resume, and I was like, oh wait, this is an actual project and not a dog or a spaceship meme.
A pump and dump.
And then once I saw a couple interviews of the Quant team, I was like, okay, these guys aren't playing around. And then I saw the supply, I was like, oh. And then I saw the tokenomics in general, and the supply, and the utility aspect of Quant. I'm sold.
So so you said you got into cryptocurrency in 2020, and I want to also ask you obviously about your price prediction with QNT, because right here on this tweet, you tweeted that you believe that QNT can literally go to $87,000. And I want to ask you how, but first, I want to ask you how or why did you get into crypto? Because you said you got into it during the COVID crash, right? So
I think boredom and the internet led me to research on crypto, and then the meme coins led to real projects and how real crypto is getting adopted. As you can see, I put Stellar Lumens up there too. I think Stellar Lumens and Quant, their partnerships and their activities, the real deal. They're gonna take over with CBDCs and the medical field and literally AI, everything and anything. It's gonna run through the Quant network, and everyone's gonna be using it without even them knowing it. And I do believe that. And there'll be no supply left for anyone to buy at one point. It could be a year from now, 2 years. 2032, people are gonna be trading fractions of Quant and bragging about holding one. I'm long term on it. I'm not selling anything. But I do gotta mention, I did recently trade my Stellar Lumens for more Quant. But I love Stellar Lumens, and shout out to everyone holding Stellar Lumens.
So you're more bullish on QNT. So if you had to choose just one cryptocurrency, it would be QNT.
Absolutely.
Okay, very nice. And I like your honesty too about how you literally say that it could potentially go to zero. Like I sometimes say that about my favorite cryptocurrencies, because that's true. Like if someone is just gonna sit here and tell you, oh, it's gonna keep going up and up and up forever, they're just lying to you. So I appreciate you being honest with that.
It could. I mean, you see everyone's charts. People are calling for the $80 Quant religiously. They're calling for the $30 Quant. They're calling for. Someone said $3 Quant, and I'm like, it could happen. I don't see it happening, but it can, and you got to be. I'm emotionless when it comes to crypto. That's for sure. So.
The last time QNT was at $3 was in 2019, so before even COVID happened. So if it goes all the way back there, that's just that's mind blowing. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but yeah, it's a possibility.
Hopefully it does, because I can load up properly this time around. But I don't see it happening.
So what price did you start loading up on QNT? Like when did you learn about it, and when did you start buying it?
All right, so I got it around, I want to say it was $160, and then it exploded up to like $420 within like the week.
Yeah, right here.
Or basically. Like the month. Yeah, I got it right on. It was 160, and then I wrote it up. I was bag holding hardcore. because other cryptos I could easily swap and exchange and like not care. I can't do that. I can't swing Quant. I think I need to be stacking it. In my personal view, I can't. I swing everything into Quant. I don't really swing Quant like that.
Yeah, 'cause the circulating supply is literally less than 15 million, which is less than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has more supply, and QNT is right now at $100. So if it does reach 87,000, and you said obviously it could go to zero, but you're still extremely bullish. That's an 870x from today's prices. So even if you buy $160, $200, $300, like you're still looking at really good returns.
Yeah, and it's not a retail coin, which is why I did like Stellar. It is a retail coin. Like Quant is, like retail could buy it and retail can have licenses, but it's like the supply is just ridiculously low. So you gotta plan accordingly and at least hold one. If you're new to Quant, like just hold one and show it to your friends like it's a Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like everyone should, the first goal should be at least one, so that way it's doable, it's achievable, and then you can build from there.
Absolutely.
Really so in terms of,
I just want to say one thing. The whole 87,000 actually came from you.
I love it.
I basically just took it and I'm like, you know what? I love this. And it was from a video you made way back. So Eamon is the true originator of the 87K call. I'm just here to hype it up.
I love it. I mean, hopefully, like you said, it goes to the moon and just makes us all super extremely wealthy. So in the next bull run, you said 2032, you see it going to 87,000. So that's still about 10 years from now. But in the next bull run, 2025, 2026, how high do you think QNT can go realistically?
Not financial advice. I would say next bull run, I don't know. It could be, I think it's passing its all-time high. And I have a big range for it personally. I would say it's going to be 1.2 to 3.2. 2025, I think, realistically, like normal terms. But this thing could explode to 10K per quant. I don't know if that's happening next bull run, but like, again, with the supply, everyone rushing to buy this, like this price could just pop up $50 right now as we're doing this like interview, and that's just what quant does. I like how it also like doesn't do what Bitcoin does all the time. And it's a solid $100 stable coin. So,
and actually I was kind of surprised that QNT didn't really go down that much. Like it was before the whole Bitcoin collapse, like in the past few days, it was at $100 and it literally went down to 96, it didn't 95, 93, and now it's back to 100. So it's like
on KuCoin it hit $86 and I was lucky enough to grab a few around the 90 range.
Wow.
But yeah, it lost its peg as a $100 stable coin, and basically Do Kwon deployed more capital right there, and we're back at the.
Do Kwon, man, he's trouble. He's
that guy
for real. Yeah, but that's a really good sign, honestly, that it's basically back to where it was, and Bitcoin is down 15%, 10% from where it was. QNT is basically at the exact same level, which is, again, to your point, it does its own thing. It doesn't listen to Bitcoin. It doesn't listen to the entire market like other cryptocurrencies. QNT is its own beast. Actually, let me ask you this. For the haters of QNT, the people that don't believe in QNT, that think it's a shit coin or that it's a scam, what do you have to say to them?
I say don't buy it if that's how you feel. Trust your gut instincts, and if you think it's a shit coin and you think it's a poo coin, then don't touch it. And buy Cardano. I'm just kidding. I don't have Cardano. I'm just saying, like, It's what's crazy about crypto is like people really legit think they're holding the best thing at all times. And
that's true.
After my research, I'm kind of like 2 for 2 on getting random big ass pumps. Quant is actually the only time I'm like down, but I see long term with Quant. If you don't feel it in your gut, do not buy. And if you want to hate on it. Watch Quant interviews. Keep up their updates, their partnerships. I mean, like Oracle basically strokes them, So.
a lot. It serves him every day.
Yeah, Oracle's, you know, if Oracle's a shit company, then I don't know what else.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, go with your gut is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good
Don't
point.
buy it.
And we're not doing this interview, we're not making this video to be pumping QNT. Like, we actually believe in it. And like you said, if someone doesn't believe in it, like, go ahead and invest in something else. Like, we're not trying to pump Quant. Like, it's gonna pump itself eventually because the utility will speak for itself.
Yeah, and Gilbert's biceps alone could basically pump the market. So, but between Elon and Gilbert's biceps, I don't know what is better, you know?
Yeah, I mean, both of them together, if Elon hops on board, why not? Moves X to the overledger.
I feel like X is going to use Stellar Lumens for those micropayments for sure, though. I think don't doubt Quant and don't doubt Stellar Lumens. Mm-hmm. I hopefully I can get my Stellar Lumens back, but I see Quant taking over. It's absolutely.
So did something happen in the past few days and weeks that made you want to sell XLM?
Once I saw Quant under $100, I'm like, this. In my opinion, it is the better buy, and I'm an all-in type of guy. I like a wise man once said, "If you ain't got nothing, you ain't got nothing to lose."
Well, you got a lot of stuff to lose, but it's also a high risk. Like, going all in on one cryptocurrency is risky, but then also it could pay off exponentially. Like, it can be life-changing. Exactly.
High risk, high reward. I'm not a low risk, low reward type of guy. You got to be all in. Not financial advice.
Exactly.
This is my decisions.
Exactly. Well, I love your shirt. Why don't you show the audience your Quant QNT? There you go.
Get it.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's I think we can all agree that QNT has a bright future. In the meantime, yes, it could go down a little bit more, but it can be literally the next Bitcoin in terms of going to $50,000 and potentially more. You have to be patient, like Zach said, but it could literally change our lives. And if you have like one last piece of advice for people looking into Quant, or they're just now buying into Quant, like, what would you tell them?
I would tell them I think it's arguably the best project out there. I would also tell them to never risk what you can't afford to lose. And if you are going all in and you are a savage, have no emotions. Wait, I'm holding until 2032. I ain't selling anything quant-wise. I'm only selling everything to go into it, but that is just me. But if you're new, watch the videos. The community is phenomenal.
Yep.
I love the quant community.
I agree.
I think they're awesome.
Thank you, Zach. It was a pleasure, and I hope to have you soon as well. And maybe whenever QNT's at $87,000, we'll be somewhere on the beach enjoying life.
And Eamon, I just want to tell you, thank you so much for having me. And I love what you do. I've been watching your videos for 2-3 years at this point. I love your content. You keep killing it.
And to all of you that want to follow Zavin, he is on Twitter right here. I follow him, so the links will be down below. He is a rapper, and he has been featured on HBO, CBS, Netflix, and yeah, so that's a little bit about Zavin as well. He didn't want to brag, but I'm going to brag for him, so go ahead and follow him. His Twitter links will be down below, everyone. So thank you for coming on today, and yeah, hopefully QNT to the moon.
Absolutely. Thank you.